What other instruments do you play besides the acoustic guitar?
In my professional career, I have played upright bass, electric bass, acoustic guitar, classical guitar, electric guitar, and that's about it, and vocals, and that's about it.
So out of all those, then which one is your favorite?
Acoustic guitar for me to play at this point in my life. Um, I do love the electric guitar for what it can do. But at this point in my life, I've just reached a point where I like things as pure as possible. And with an acoustic guitar, I don't have to contact band members. I don't have to schedule band practices. I don't have to worry about arrangements and whether somebody's going to flake out or get sick or whatever, or have some lame excuse. When you said amazing or something, when I said I was going to be logging in on time, well, I've always been a fan, or for decades, I've been a fan of that crazy. Have you seen the movie Crazy Heart?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a movie about a country star. It's a fictional biography or whatever of this country star. And he told an interview, I think it was, I've played hungover, sick, and divorced, but I've never missed a show. And that's been kind of part of my motto, or part of my MO for a long time as well. It's like I want to be professional in all my endeavors. So yeah, and I lost the question again. What was the question?
Wait, was it which one is your favorite?
Oh, favorite? Yeah,
favorite?
favorite is
Yeah.
I meandered there. I meandered hard. Sorry. Yeah. So at this point, an acoustic guitar is my favorite because I can practice until I feel that I've developed a stage show, like a set, where I can pull people in. I just want to add a bit of reverb on the board to add a bit more ambiance. But I've got a large-bodied Martin that has enough ambience of its own, and my voice, thankfully, has enough natural ambience of its own. So if I add just a little reverb, I don't need a band. I can just draw people in, especially when I choose to play more quietly. They lean in to listen. So yeah, acoustic guitar. And if I'm playing electric, it's a Telecaster, Fender Telecaster with a maple fingerboard. This is my favorite electric guitar of all time. I've been through a lot. I used to play a Jackson when I was younger. But yeah, at this point, it's either the acoustic guitar or usually, no, it is Martin at this point, and or electric, a Fender Telecaster with a maple fingerboard.
So you're mentioning, I mean, it's stunning. I've seen these. They're absolutely beautiful. But when you say you prefer maple, is it the feel of it that you prefer, or is it just the aesthetic?
It's the tone. Some people argue, there's endless arguments in forums online as to whether the wood actually, fretboard, fingerboard wood actually influences the tone. But for me, it does. I can hear it. And I was trained as a sound engineer. I'm not saying I'm better than other people, but I'm just saying that I feel like I have a certain education for my ears. And I'm actually hypersensitive in terms of audio. And I can hear it. I can definitely hear it. When I hear some of my heroes play a Telecaster with a rosewood fingerboard or whatever it is, something that's not maple, it's less spanky. It's less punk, and it's less spanky. For the country music, you'll get more spank, and for the punk, you'll get more raw bang in your face. My wife had started in 2014. We haven't played a show since 2015, but had started a hardcore band called Airliner. And if you listen to the live clips on YouTube, you can hear that raw bang in your face tone of the maple.
How do you stay up to date with the latest music trends and advancements in music?
I don't want to say I'm as good as Prince or as cool as Prince or whatever, but apparently Prince was criticized for not keeping up enough and not listening to what was on the charts when he was recording, when he was alive. Especially in the 80s, apparently he was criticized for not keeping up enough. And I like to keep up to know what's out there, and a lot of songwriting books and coaches and courses will tell you that you should really keep up. But I think I reached a point when I started Nature Airliner, the acoustic duo that I do with my wife. It was 2010. I decided, let's keep it to one acoustic guitar and one vocal. She was doing the vocal at the time, to emulate the sound of the late 60s in Nashville, because if we try to keep chasing what's fashionable, we're going to end up looking ridiculous at one point. So let's just go with what we love. So I actually recently have been trying to listen to what's trending, but I would not want to emulate it. It would be a bad idea for me. At this point in my life, I would rather just go with what my soul is. Yeah.
It could probably take you further than you realize if you go with, like, be a free-spirited person rather than jumping on that train. Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah, and you are quite possibly correct, because I don't know if you've what were they called? The KLF. Do you know the KLF from I think they were from the 90s. They were an EDM group from the UK. They had a few big hits. They had a few big hits. They used to do music videos in these huge arenas with like 27 backing dancers and 3 a.m. eternal and stuff like that. They wrote a book about how to get a guaranteed top 10 single. And they said, they were laying it all out. And part of it, I think, was honing in on the trends and analyzing them and dissecting them surgically and incorporating parts of it into your music. But they said the dangerous thing is that if you do make it to the top 10 doing this, you may never get back to the top 10. And your success may be fleeting. You may not have a career. So I think you are correct. I think following your soul is gonna, especially in this era where if you get a niche, like say the Magnetic Fields, I don't know if you know the Magnetic Fields. They're a indie pop group from the US. They've had a long career playing theaters for 30 years or so, but they've never hit the top 10. So I think, following your soul, the essence, the pure songs, the pure rather sounds that you're inspired to make is probably a better way of going about things than trying to follow the trends.
For your fans and for upcoming fans that we're actually going to be able to see this as well, how is it that we can support you? Like, what is the best way that we can support you and your music for promotion, anything like that?
Thank you so much for asking. I am asking anybody who becomes a new fan to follow me on Instagram. And I would not have done that even a few years ago, because when Instagram came out, and it was stupid of me in terms of marketing when it came out, I hated it. Being from the old school punk and folk crowd, I hated the as my wife would say, the me environment, the Instagram aspect of look at me, I'm doing this, look at me, I'm doing this, look at me, I'm so cute. I hated it. But as of the past year or two, I've been looking at festival applications, and more they want to see what are your IG numbers. And I'm like, fuck! Like, because many marketing people are saying that it was easier when Instagram came out to quickly accumulate followers, and now it is, according to some marketers, almost impossible. But festivals want to see your IG numbers. So as much as I don't care for the medium of Instagram or TikTok for that matter, I am asking people, anybody who says I like your music, would you kindly follow me on Instagram? I'll follow you back. It's not because I want to post photos of myself in a bikini and have everybody praise them. It's because you should. Yeah, Sierra got a mental image there that she didn't want. It's because I want to play more festivals. One of my personal goals for the coming years, Sierra's just crying.
She's done. She's broke.
She's done. She's done. One of my goals for the coming years is to play more and more festivals if I can. So if people will follow me on Instagram, it won't serve my vanity. It will be like a tip jar to help me perform at more festivals.
What is your Instagram handle?
What's that, Jojo?
What's your Instagram handle?
Oh, it's Tiernan Songs. Very easy. T for Tokyo, I for Istanbul, E for Edinburgh, R for Russia, N for Norway, A for Albania, N for Norway. Yes. Tiernan Songs. SONGS. That's it.
I would like to thank everybody for watching again. Tune in next week. We have another special guest for you. Have a great night, guys.
Alrighty. See ya.